Welcome one, welcome all to the Warlanders live stream, and today's topic is the new fucking thing they just started today. Was the damn double score week, and Gas here can't even fucking play.
Remember, people, the game companies have control over the whole game itself. We are making videos on it. On thing that I think other viewers that be making videos right now and not being on Twitch right now, some of them are going to do it. They're on Twitch and they're uploading their Twitch stream later to YouTube. Other news YouTubers that could be, I think they should be talking about, in a way, a little bit of them. But we're going to be with, because obviously they're not really going to try to. You hear me very well? I probably should have any headset.
Yeah.
Play. Do that real quick. I didn't want to be right for it, because if I am, then so are you. Let's see. Better?
Yes, this is better.
Better? Worse?
Better. But
yeah, we're beating them to it because they're either not going to bother with it or they're going to pop it. Like nuclear winter exploits, or here's a bug here, or the band waves are coming, and I'm talking about every video I see with her has to do with the band wave. But you remember, this is another marketing thing. If you want to call it a tinfoil hat theory, go crazy. I don't really care. I'm gonna call it a theory of iron stability, because the fact that they announce it, put it on Twitter, they do all this other shit, and say, hey, look, double XP, or oh, look, double score for this week until the 27th. And I'm sitting there thinking, you son of a bitch. Because all we did was get on and say, well, let's go. I could drink to that and give it a roll. I go try to check out my challenges, the game crashed. So I'm like, okay, well, that's the first screw up they did. So I load back into your world, because I don't think we were in the same world at the time. What does it do? It crashes me. I just sit there. I can't load yet, and the game was like not even done loading. As soon as it got out of the loading screen, I was met with a wonderful disconnected from server. Wasn't even done loading yet. It had just gotten out of the loading screen into the beautiful Grafton Lake, or Grafton, Dallas Coast Grafton, where I live. I just said, fuck it. If you're one of those players that likes to grind, be ready, because it's one of those moments where they're trying to reel you back in to shove you in a box with all the other people they're going to punish in the later weeks, months. But it's the wrong way again. Flip the switch. Well, she does it. But But what am I going to do during all this? Probably you might be asking yourself, I'm going to do something I hadn't done in years, because a damn game like that practically prevents you. I'm so sick of the chronic bullshit they've brought us. I'm going to bring out an old deck of cards I hadn't had messed with in eon, bro. Where's the silver deck? Where's the other deck? I'm going to shuffle a deck of cards, because I'm agitated just enough
to
want to see... I wish Todd would fucking go fuck himself.
I wish he
It's unacceptable currently.
We can't even play Fallout in the mornings or the days, and when we're not really in the mood to play COD, because COD is too it requires a lot of attention.
COD is COD. COD will be woo forever though. At this point, COD. I'm gonna say this right here, Brian. I'll give COD a 5/5. With its issue. Of course, you know how well my standards are to make it a 5 out of 5 or 4.5, 4.5 and an extra quarter, not even a 5 or so, because COD at least gives more of a damn about everything else and listens to community members, to the campers. They wouldn't. I don't think they would have done anything about that on their own unless they were playing the game too. Here we are. Still trying to get Todd to listen to us and fix certain things. And what do they do? Oh, look, a new update. You can get more score to a player game. Please give us money. We need it. And then it's like, you get in the game, oh, you didn't make us enough money last week, we're not going to let you play. You can't play. So they kept booting me off. I told myself I wasn't going to spend any more money on them because, A, the game gets shittier and shittier, and we already been hacked through their game 2 or 3 times. One of them resulted in me having to pay them to get my account back because I got hacked through their game, not by them. They didn't get banned or anything. Someone used their system, their little creation engine and shit to hack me through my account. Hacking ain't hard, guys. For those who would say, oh, that can't happen, it's because they have roadblocks. You might want to hit yourself in the head with a hammer a couple times if you think that. They may have a couple roadblocks, but what does a hacker do when they get banned on a video game like Fallout? They unban themselves and then ban the company and ban the member who did it. You know, they're poking a hornet's nest that's playing God. And I think more of those people need to exist in a way, in an ironic twist. Love to see some members of Bethesda get banned because it makes it not worth it. I spent so much money on the game, plus my willingness to spend more money on the game. And I'm not saying I'm the MVP of spending money here, but every new event that they've added so far, I can't even participate in anything without getting crashed. Travel to the vault to try to help the game not crash you, crash. Travel to your friend because he's in danger, crash. Talk about going to do anything, you hadn't even loaded into the game yet, crash.
Try to go to Fort Defiance,
it's a crash. It's crash. Play AMS and try to have a good time without even flat out acknowledging it, crash. Fight the Assaultrons that are part of the what's-her-name's quest for a friend, crash. Or it doesn't matter anymore to them. They don't give a damn about the community. Because these have been as simple as overnight hot to turn their shit off and do an update, bro. And then the whole live and low thing was for 4 to 5 fucking days before people started really catch on 2 and 2 is 4. And that was all an update that they didn't have to shut.
It really is fucking unacceptable that this shit keeps happening. I
would like to participate in those quests.
I would like you to participate in this stuff.
And enjoy the score, but I'm so sick of not getting able to even play the goddamn game that I'm almost like hoping for another glitch to show up so I can just cheat the score system and get God mode again so I can just cheat it. Because at this point, it's much more worth it to cheat the game than it is to actually doing it the right way, given either way you're going to fail and you're going to crash. People who play the game honestly are just as likely to get a permaban for existing together with around the same dude that said, I'm going to glitch everything in the game to the point where it actually breaks the creation engine. You're just as likely to be caught as he is and blamed for it, even if he didn't do it. You know he did it somehow. You're guilty by association only because you shared a server with him. Ban. Bad players. Like I said, I'm going to start glitching the game. I'm going to start cheating like crazy. Fuck moral support or anything like that anymore. They don't give a damn about us. They're letting it continuously happen. And I am flat out sick of it. It's just unacceptable. And what I thought about recently is, why can't we get a little bit more famous? I guarantee fucking damn you if Inov, Juicehead, Kev Do It, Rifle, the High Rollers of 2, and Fallout did the same thing we're doing, they get a fuck ton of subscribers, votes, and they'd be noticed if they did the same thing we're doing. But why do we have to sit at the bottom of the list, the back of the line? Why do we have to stand up for them? It's about time that I'm starting to think the algorithm of YouTube is also taking us and telling us, hey, pat the back, you're a loser, accept it. If Riflemen do it, we'll be sure to reward them, but you need to stop trying to do the same thing, because you'll never, ever make it. That's what I feel like the algorithm is doing right now. Because we never get noticed, and then when we do get noticed, it's not much. You think that, you know, I mean, honestly, you think if these guys were, if people cared about Fallout in any way, either good or bad, you think people would notice us. I'm starting to think that all your viewers are getting ready to leave because we're not Rifle, Inov, or some other high roller YouTuber. Fuck, a guy just started doing the same thing we're doing a few weeks ago, and he's probably getting more views and everything than we are, and he just started. So what makes us so mediocre to everyone else doing the same thing that everyone else is doing?
And it's not upload rate either, because we upload something and nearly every single day. We've been streaming fucking hella often.
No one wants to see us because we're the minority of the list. We're that 1% that's having the same issues as everyone else, but no one's going to acknowledge because we're the test subjects, by. This is all a fucking test. Of course, no one's going to see our video, especially if Bethesda's the one that's likely viewing it to screw us over. Something tells me to say this to all the viewers that could already be watching. I don't believe you're a viewer. I think you're more of a company official. Not you, but the viewer.
I know.
You're a company official waiting for us to say something else retarded about the company so you can prevent someone like us from playing the game. Or give Braun by God mode in some shape, form, or fashion. And then give me the biggest issue in the fucking game. I'm getting to the point, Braun, by where I'm about to start punishing Todd left and right. Get up, go to work tomorrow, Todd, you might lose $1,000 government audit. You know, I'm really, really close to calling a hacker up, paying him to screw the company over flat out and be fine with whatever happens. I'm sick of owning this game and get a refund on it. You know, I paid $60 for this game. 60
You're not getting $60 worth of performance out of it.
Other stuff. And then the company stole $2,000 from me. Stole $2,000 from my account that was linked to my Xbox, and because they did it, I can't take my debit card off my Xbox. When people hack me, what do? They follow suit with the company did, because they did something to my game that makes my debit card permanently linked to their game. So when someone decides to hack me, I lose lots of money because of their game. And they put their hands behind their back and say, well, have fun. You own a $60 game that you're now paying $4 million or so on at the point. I lost about $4 million within the 2 years I've been playing. That's 2 years worth of money stolen from the company or people who hacked the company just to steal from me. And all I want to do is fucking play it.
That's all you.
They're being unpatriotic. They're sitting there treating me like crap because I serve the country. You know, without people like me doing the things that they won't do, I'd never pick up a gun and say I'm gonna go protect my country. Instead of being a CEO of a business that wants to steal, I feel like every time I go and do something for this country, it's always the game companies that somehow I guess get a hunt. They just get that hunt that he's a veteran. I feel like, you know, this is the thanks I get from Bethesda for serving my country and helping all the other soldiers that are dying every day to make sure that this country stays free for them to steal from people. I'm just not doing it anymore, man. I'll go play COD. I'll go play COD or watch Crunchyroll or something. Fuck that stuff.
Right.
Like I said, if I even hear another thing on Twitter or not Twitter, what's it called, Reddit, about Fallout, good or bad, I'm gonna go hire a fucking hacker. I'm gonna start telling that hacker to hack up Bethesda and get millions of dollars from it, because I'm so fucking sick of hearing their success off the dismay of other players. and yet I can't even play the game for whatever reason at this point.
For not even a fucking second, you can't even play the fucking game.
Nope. So, just for that, I'm legally justified to take what I'm owed. If I'm not, what you do? Say so. I don't really care. I'm still going to do it. I'm not going to say when, because then they can only get me for saying I'm going to do it. They can't get me for doing it if I don't say when. They have to find out when. I'm not going to say when. I know when it happens, Todd and Bethesda are fucked. I expect ZeniMax to go bankrupt to repair the shit that little bitty branch screwed up on. You know, the Great Depression's on its way, Bromby. This time instead of the Wall Street, it's going to be Bethesda and ZeniMax. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give it back to all the players that were screwed over by the game in some shape, form, or fashion. Send it right back to them via email. And I'm going to look Todd in the face and I'm going to spit on it. Because that's, you know, he's not patriotic. He'd screw you over. He'd screw you over if you just knew a guy who had been a duper and modder. And he'd say, well, you're friends with him. You went to school with him. That's the only way you're friends with him, but we're going to ban you too. Because you don't deserve it. I'm sick of it, man. Todd.
I'm sick of it.
Todd maybe even be the reason why Mage left. At this point, Todd's a murderer.
I would say he's indirectly responsible anyways, because him not fixing this shit is the reason why it crashed so much. Therefore, you got frustrated that night and said what you said.
Mm-hmm.
So he's fucking responsible for that.
That's why I think we need to hold him responsible. To show him. You had a chop moment, and you just sat there and looked at everybody like, make money.
Money bags.
So rich, I can't even count that joke had to have been Todd's joke. He had to have failed math, logic. I'm going to call it logic class in psychology. He had to fail both of them multiple times. What was the one about the 50 cents or something like that?
If I failed,
I had a nickel for every time I failed math. He'd have how many?
97 cents.
Yep. So Todd doesn't understand what he's doing. I think it's on purpose. I believe with all my heart and soul that Todd Howard is hearted as fuck. The difference between how the world perceives a mentally unstable person versus someone who is retarded. Todd's retarded. He knows what's going on, and he's intentionally, he's like, my problem. I make a couple million a day. I'm not really bothered by your peasantry. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Screw him over. If I had to spend $100 paying an assassin off, screw over the Grecian engine, finally kill the Grecian engine off, so be it. If I had to level the game itself and make it completely not worth playing and release all the players that have been permabanned over the years and tell them that they get God mode and free reign to do whatever the fuck they want in that game, so be it. I have to take Todd by his hair and make him watch as we catch all of his money on fire, send it to things that he would probably like to not see them go to, and make ZeniMax also suffer some shape, form, or fashion in the process, so be it. He made people pay for a game that was not worth paying for. You might as well make the game free at this point. A liar. And Clover says that if she ever gets around him, she's cutting his tongue off. I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna help her get to that point. I would love to see someone take Todd's tongue out, sew his fucking mouth shut, blast his fucking eardrums out. All the lies he told, bust his eardrums, every lie he's told. I think that right there would be a perfect punishment though. Bigger world than all the other games. Best graphics ever. So loud, his ears bleed. Torture him with his own lies, his own sins, his own fault.
His misdeeds.
His ears. Like, deaf, mute. And say you've already made yourself blind. And you joined the company. And screwed everyone else. You could have just avoided this if you did your job. But again, I'm so done trying to get people to listen, watch your videos, and you beg them. And what do your viewers do? Prove to me they're company spies or company officials. I mean, after all, we're doing the same thing other YouTubers are doing, and yet no one gives a damn about watching your channel. They want to go, other people, the real people, are watching the big guys. It's all a simulated piece of bullshit. And the company's just pretending to be people that would explain what no one's commenting on by. They don't comment because of this. That's why.
I actually had to remove some comments lately because people were putting fucking links to
That sure wasn't mine.
I don't know.
Ready to go.
earlier. I had 2 comments with links to inappropriate websites on my fucking channel, and I had to remove them both.
And why was that?
Because they literally had links to, you know, that just paints a bad image on me, makes me look bad when someone's like, oh, there's a link on this comment. Oh, where does it take me?
That's not you. Technically, that's not your fault. You did take a thing to get rid of it, but it's not your fault.
Right.
That's why he yelled. He's already in a mood. So
right. I
almost wanted to smack him. He looked at me like I was batshit crazy, and I just walked inside. This ain't my problem. Ain't got it now. I'm waiting. I don't like it when they come out bitching and yelling. Even if he looked at me like he was going to hit somebody. I don't think he liked getting whipped with an extension cord 2 days ago. He reached out to Pop. Mars. Sabrina Mars. Got an extension cord and I beat his. I'm about to do it again if he yells again. I'm pissed off. I don't give a damn. You know, I'm already frustrated enough dealing with fake games. Unpatriotic fake games. I'm about to. My dad himself enjoys spiking my PTSD. He thinks I won't do it. He drives me fucking insane when he gets home like this. You wonder why I keep my door shut when it's hot like this? Just to keep away from him. He's packing a pea shooter compared to the guns I have, but again, I can do a whole lot worse than my guys. And he just thinks I won't. He comes home and he gets drunk and he gets pissed and he starts yelling at people and then no one really stops him. My mom yells at him. He gets madder. Beat his ass with a fucking extension cord. He shut up because he opened his mouth and I beat him across the face. I said, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Not to leave that running, the PC running. I get tired of him coming home doing that crap. It doesn't help anyone else out. I better put my other deck of cards up. Nothing weird. I looked in my box on the thing. Briefcase full of Magic deck. I bought these Ultra Pro set and hammer boxes. # not spawn. I like them. Hard as a fucking brick. I've actually done the test where some people are like, oh yeah, how safe are these deck of cards? Let's put my really, really rare Magic card in the pool. One of a kind. The dude was like willing to, risk it all. Thing was probably worth $1 million. There's cards in the Magic the Gathering line that are worth millions of dollars. A piece of paper. Because they're one-offs. one-offs are expensive. I like them. The deck boxes are a little pricey, I guess, but high patches they're kind of pricey, but still it's not a big deal. It's doable compared to buying what I've seen that some of the sets come with some of them might come with plastic or paper where there's a flat and has like ways to build it, and it makes it, and you fold the pieces around and basically make a deck box you don't have to glue or tape. There's some companies they give you this thing and it's already pre-glued instead of a cheap herb material, but it's glued. This one is like you build it up from there. I liked it. It was pretty fun to have, but pat, I tiger. But these are like, they snap into place. They have like, again, that little half ball and the small socket, and you slide it down and it goes click. It's not watertight, but it's coupling that with the Dragon Shield sleeves I use, and then because it holds like 100 cards, but technically it's more than 100. Like I could fit about 200 plus that plastic card I mentioned holder sleeve thing. It's technically 3 card thick, because every sleeve you add is another card already that's encasing that pre-existing card. So they're nice for sure, but damn, trees making me nervous. Especially if you yelled at my sister because she was sitting down for when he got home to go to take her to work. God, fucking insane. Don't tell him it's off. I don't think he understands the stupidity it brings on himself. But I wanted to make a video on talking about how there's a lot more of those on their way, by a lot more XP grinds on the way. A couple more where they're like, this if you do this excessively, and certain players are going to be picked besides us, for me specifically. I'm one of the many on the list. So they're going to try to drag everyone in, and little did you know, just for participating on the game during the day of those grinds, you're subjected to a possible banning. So
I don't really much care for it. I stopped playing as soon as
or
it started
punishment
crashing.
of some sort. So if you're watching this and you haven't and got off Fallout for that thing, please know they'll put you on the list. You're now on the list too, Bromley, because you existed during the time frame from its release to its end. It's kind of like was Grand Theft Autos. You played during this time frame, so you have free money that will go away within 5 seconds. This time Bethesda might have you banned.
But nonetheless, I don't care anymore. If they do, they just lost a customer.
Right.
And I'll continue. I'm playing COD World War II right now, editing an emblem. Right.
Yep. That's what happens though.
They don't ever they think money bags, but they don't ever think that they'll get more money bags if people manage to stay.
They're stupid. All the people that don't believe that they're doing something wrong, you haven't woke up yet and realized how bad the situation is. You think a YouTuber group that has news, and every news thing is more, she's like, who knows, maybe one day they'll fix it. For now, you can't do anything about it. When they have to use "it is what it is" as part of their script, that's pretty damning. When they're not really caring, that you're screwing the company, and the company's screwing you over so hard that they're like, okay, there's nothing we can do about it. That's bad. When a company has such a buggy game that some of these YouTubers get pictures of their gameplay and the score speeds looks like a damn spaceship with their wings out and she's just floating. They don't know how bad that is, and all they do is cover it up. They don't fix it, cover it up. And, you know, like I said, I got tired of it. Now that Mage is gone, I'll get to suppress all those memories from him leaving. And I don't want to sit here and talk about, you know, how bad the game is anymore. I'm getting away from the game. I'm probably going to give them... I would try to give them the rest of this year, but, you know, all the money I've spent on the game being $60 when I bought it new, I think it's about time I get away from it, because that's all they want is money. They made $1 million when they sold that game. They didn't log it as $1 million, but they made it back. Todd made himself $1 million in some shape, form, or fashion. That's amazing, and they're in full control of their game. So again, they can choose whether or not you pass or fail these tests. I'm throwing shit at you left and right. If you succeed, the next level's coming in 2 seconds, ready to go. By the time they finish that sentence, you're fighting more shit. You know, there's nothing stopping the game from screwing itself up so bad that eventually those who stay might leave their camp and have naturally spawning scorch beasts out. Shouldn't have left your camp, you know, one of those moments. Again, I'm not doing it. I'll play COD, I'll watch Crunchyroll, or I won't play at all, because this has been a total hunk of bullshit. You know, if anything, I'm going to say this out loud, and I hope if a company member's hearing this, I served my country, hope when I got back, you guys would have fixed your shit, but you were ballsy enough to say fuck you, soldiers of America, who are protecting us so we can screw everyone else over. You were ballsy enough to show that. I hope you're ready to. I hope you and your company workers are ready for an all new hell. It's on the way. I think you meant to send me another one back.
Okay.
It loaded me into the game. It was loading me into the zombies map, but it didn't. I need to just double check something real quick. Oh, that too. It acted like it was skipped. There it goes. Now it's joining. I wasn't in the zombies map when I accepted it. I'm unable to connect to the host.
Damn it.
Try sending it again. You see, I worked my ass off to get. Let me do real quick load. Load into the actual, like, pick between custom and private, or custom and public. My brain doesn't work. That's another thing I want to mention, is the fact that this game is known to screw its people of all their money, screw them for resource. But you know what doesn't happen? From what I noticed, what doesn't happen is how brain draining the game. That doesn't change. I think they're enjoying what they're doing. I really do feel it's over on by. I think they're really enjoying this. First, more Brenner tank by the wave.
I'm not in a match yet right now. I'm just waiting for you to give me the okay that you're ready.
Should be fine now.
Okay.
Well, I'm probably going to do this. I'm going to do the Raven research quick. I'll accept that in a second. What's the Gistin Shield? G-E-I-S-T-S-C-H-I-L-D. Is that the shield or something? Is it the shield? So I would say part of that says the word shield.
That's the protection. That's...
Okay.
I was going to try to do a public match.
Allies hit with shell shot gain 1 point of the shield. Oh, I get that, actually. So I use shell shock a lot. I use my pistol a fuck ton too. See, I've been trying to get away from the pack mule. There you go. So now let me grab that invite that you just sent me. There we go.
Right.
Joining session. Session is full.
Fuck it. I'll do a custom match. It's getting way too full.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought you were going to do that anyway.
Right. I was going to try to get a public match so we could...
Sometimes they don't fill up, and sometimes
I didn't mean to
they
send the party invite.
fill up. So I'll take it.
Okay.
Here. Because I don't have much else to say besides to warn, if you are a viewer and you're not a company official, stay off of Fallout.
Right. But thank
for
you.
A long
But before you leave...
There's a lot more hell coming our way.
Right. Before you leave, thank you guys for being here to talk about this on the Warlanders live stream.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
We can still pop off Twitch or something if you want.
Yeah, we'll pop off of Twitch. But thank you guys for watching, those who actually managed to watch it or did watch it. Because